Aries, welcome to a life path reading for February and March 2021. It's Raina here. I do these readings periodically in order to kind of do a tarot reading that's more philosophical, kind of looking at your life, where you've been, where you're going. And it's just like a little spin on my typical monthly tarot readings. So, hope you enjoy. I'll explain what each position means when I get there. And as I've been saying in some of these readings, I probably shouldn't have put those cards so high up there. Because I think, I'm doing a wide angle in this and it's making it blurrier. I don't know if it's just how it's showing right now, but I don't really like the lack of clarity in that. I've been saying that typically when I think of life path, I'm thinking of what you feel called to do in this life, and usually they'll have some kind of career attached to it. Or if you're retired, maybe something that is more volunteer work, but something that you have a strong passion for. But I'm realizing some of these readings also have hints of relationship. And for some people, that might be something that is new for their life path, depending on how old the person is. Well, actually, it isn't depending on how old they are. I mean, you can find love at any age. What I was really meaning was just that there are some times in people's lives where it really becomes something that they think about, like if they want children and they're getting to be a certain age, or they just feel it's time to settle down, usually during the first Saturn return or something like that, around the age of 30. So anyway, I'm going to start. And the first card is to talk about the current circumstances. And we have here the Seven of Cups, which is a card. You can see there's all these different situations going on here. I always call this like the Price is Right. Or I can't remember whether they say door number one, door number two. Like, which one should the person choose? And basically, it can mean that you have a lot of options, but you have to choose carefully. In some cases, this can mean confusion, and confusion meaning that the person doesn't really know, maybe in this context, what they want to do with their life. And it doesn't always mean somebody that's just out of college. It can mean somebody that is middle-aged and they're having a midlife crisis, trying to figure out where do they go next after this current place that they've been. And, there may be other extenuating circumstances that lend to that add to that confusion. The Seven of Cups can be wishful thinking, meaning that the person is being very muddled in their ideas, maybe delusional, overly idealistic, or just plain, like I said, just plain confused. And so this card, that's why it's attached to Neptune and Pisces, because that's how Pisces, or it's actually, I've heard it attached to Neptune, because that's how Neptune is it can be very alluring, and there can be idealism with the situation, but there's a lot of potential for deception. And so if you're like fielding a lot of job offers, for instance, it may feel like you don't know what to do. This is also a card of addiction. And it's interesting because the card for 2020, the lesson you've learned, this is the Three of Cups. This is the card of celebration, having a good time. But in some cases, this can be, having too much of a good time. Somebody who is, partying a lot. And it's possible that with that Seven of Cups, whether this is you or in a significant relationship, that you have had to learn the hard way how, destructive it can be. And that might be something that was a bitter lesson if this was happening to you, that there is, a limit, or there has to be a limit when it comes to those kinds of activities, because they catch up to you. Or if this is a partner that you're with, this may be a time when you are thinking of ending a marriage or a serious relationship because of that person's drinking. And maybe this is something that you have put off, or you didn't, I was going to say, because I got like a similar scenario for another sign. And I was saying maybe this was something that you did not see until you were forced into close quarters with this other person for extended periods of time. Because, during the shutdown, people were not able to do the things that normally they do, which can distract us from, the things that are right under our nose, including relationships with those closest to us. And that might have been like a slap in the face to learn that this person had this problem. Well, the Seven of Cups may be that you are hoping that things are just going to magically get better. And that's the problem, that you're not seeing the truth. Now, if this is, a professional situation, there might have been something that you have learned, with the Three of Cups that has helped you professionally. Perhaps if you were in between jobs, for instance, your friends helped you out either financially or through their contacts. Now you may have a lot of offers to sort through, or at least multiple ones, if not a lot, then several. But the point is that you may be lured in a certain direction based on a lot of promises, but it's not necessarily clear whether these are exaggerated or anything like that. So discernment is necessary. The card that represents what is going on for the next several months, we have the Justice card. This is, until that March New Year, the astrological New Year in your sign, we have the Justice card. Interestingly, this could also be, this is supposed to be what's happening for the next 2 months. So you may be, if you are in a marriage situation, you may decide to file for divorce. And that could be a major change in your life path. So that's an example of what I'm talking about. When I was trying to focus just on career, I realized that, our path in life also involves our personal affairs. So it's not just about what's happening out in the world. So this may not be something that you are eager to do, but you may feel like it's the only thing you can do. If this is work related, this could speak to the type of work that you're doing. So this could be like paralegal, lawyer, that kind of thing. This card is connected to Libra. Actually, in March, there is going to be a full moon in Libra, which is your opposite sign, at the end of the month, like March 28th or something like that. So it's possible that this is also enhancing this idea of ending a committed partnership, or at the very least, finding something out that gives you more information so that you can make an important decision related to this. The Justice card is about fairness. And for instance, in a personal relationship, both people have to put in an effort. It can't be one person trying to clean up the messes of their partner and not having that equal relationship. In the workplace, this can be that you're looking for fairness. Perhaps you have been dealing with vague promises from your employer. And, with the Three of Cups, I can even see like a bond with coworkers where you're not at each other's throats. You're actually putting yourself in each other's shoes, and you're cooperating. And I think that one of the things that the shutdown has done is that it has made us more sensitive to the fact of our interconnectedness. And I know that it's not perfect. That's it's a little corny for me to say that, but I do think that there's some improvement in the human condition. And the cups relate to both of these cards that you got, present and past. In the middle row are both cups, so they deal with the emotional nature. And that includes compassion, empathy. So what's coming in is represented by the King of Wands. There is a sense here, whenever I get this card, I think of somebody who is really in control of their life. And this is the highest form of self-empowerment, I would say, from the minor arcana standpoint. And the fact that you're an Aries makes it even better, because it's a wands, and wands, are connected to all of the fire signs, Leo and Sag being the other fire signs. And so this may be, one of those three fire signs, somebody in a position of authority. If this is a boss, this is a dynamic person who's very generous. Generosity, people always think of generosity as handing out money. And of course, if you are sorting through job offers, it would seem that this person is willing to pay maybe better than some of the other places. But generosity is also about handing out compliments, about seeing the best in other people. And when you have a boss or a partner, that's the kind of thing that you're looking for. You're looking for somebody who is, not stingy with compliments, who doesn't try to imply that you're not good enough, that you need to up your game, that you're like, they don't approve, they're withholding of approval. Those kinds of authority figures are, using a negative approach. And this person is a very positive, kind of a can-do person, but they're not power. It's funny because this person is very empowered, but because it's in the upright position, they're not trying to, tower over you and lord their power over you. They're actually a strong leader because they're just into their own self-empowerment. They're not trying to control everything around them. And yet that's the paradox of life. The very people that don't seek something out are the ones that make the best leaders, and they tend to, attract that to them. And the advice is the World card. Tie up your loose ends. Make peace with the past and, transcend it. There's going to be a new moon in your 12th house on March 13th, and that's going to be, in Pisces. That's going to be in your 12th house, Aries, and it could be like a new start of from old karmic patterns and starting anew and trying to, set your intentions before your rebirth at the time of your solar return in April or late March, whenever your birthday is. But in the meantime, that new moon in Pisces can kind of set the table for you to envision what you're looking for in the next 12 months. And the outcome is the Ace of Cups. So whether this is new love, a new labor of love, which can especially be about any kind of spiritual practice that you're opening, like services to others, these kinds of things can be indicated. Perhaps that is what the new moon in Pisces means to you. To launching a spiritual practice or creative endeavor. There's a lot of cups in this reading. I mean, a lot. Maybe I'm exaggerating, but I only picked 6 cards and half of them are cups. So whether it's new love or a new job or business that is connected to creativity or the healing arts, that's what I see for you, Aries. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a life path reading that is astrology based or any other type of reading that I offer, please click on the link below to get more information. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.